Hey guys, Pastor Sean coming to you with today's daily devotion. We are in Mark. We're in the book of Mark. Mark chapter 6 is where we are. Mark 6 verse 47. Mark 6 and 47. When evening came, wrong verse, 45. Let me back up, 45. Immediately Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go on ahead of him to Bethsaida, where while he dismissed the crowd. After leaving them, he went upon the mountainside to pray. Now, Jesus just had this great miracle happen. He fed 5,000 men, and then not counting the women and children, he fed 5,000 men with a few loaves and a few fish. He has performed this great miracle, and the crowd rushes him. They want to take him and make him the king of Israel by force. They want to prove that he is who he says he is by force. But Jesus is reluctant to do that because he understands the plan of salvation is not to set up a kingdom on earth, but to set up a salvation plan for the entire world. These guys that are there don't understand that. And so they come and they try to take him, and Jesus puts the disciples in the boat, sends them to the other side. Then he starts to dismiss the crowd. He starts to turn them away and send them off. And what does he do? What does he do? Climbs a mountain and begins to pray. When we have those miraculous moments, when we have those great encounters with God, when we have those just tremendous services, there's always going to be a time that we need to steal away and pray. Jesus is the Son of God, but yet he doesn't want to become exalted in what just happened. He wants to stay humble. He wants to stay obedient to the work of the Father. He wants to stay his course. So rather than let them take him and make him king by force, he dismisses the crowd. He gets the disciples out of that charged atmosphere, sends them to the other side, and he goes up into the mountain and begins to pray. I wonder how many times we need to really steal away and pray. There was an old preacher that I heard years and years ago. He said there was a lot of times that I was preaching when I should have been out somewhere praying. He said I should have been out somewhere praying. You and I need to spend more time in prayer than we probably do anything else. Because if not, the crowd will grab us. The crowd will exalt us. The miracles that happen around us will cause us to think that we're more than we really are. Jesus realizes this. Jesus realizes this, dismisses the crowd, sends the disciples away, and he goes and talks to the Father. Next time you're in a big situation and things are really just rocking and rolling, steal away. Talk to God. Remember, he's the author and the finisher of our faith. He is the one who performs those miracles. He's the one who's giving you the words to preach. He's the one who's giving you the thoughts and the intents of your heart. He's the one who is the source of all things. If we're not careful, we'll think that we are something when we really aren't. I read a article this week on, I want to say Newsmax, somewhere like that. It was printed in 2 or 3 different places. I traced it down and I found the source. And it said in a matter of days, after you die, things will start to go back to normal. By the end of the month, the place where you work will have replaced you and trained your replacement. Your children will go on about their daily routines after about 3 months. Your spouse will start to venture out a little more often, about 6 months out. And within a year, everything that you said, everything that you did, everything that you proposed will be a memory. It won't be fresh in anybody's ear anymore. It'll be a memory. And then as time goes on, those memories will fade. And your children will remember great things that you did, great times that you had. And your grandchildren will remember great times and great things. But eventually, even those memories will start to fade. Now, that was a sobering fact. It was a sobering fact, especially to a guy who speaks to a congregation every week, pours his heart and soul into messages, who pours it out. And I'm not bragging on myself. I'm just telling you what I do. To realize that everything we do will be forgotten at some point. But what Jesus Christ did for us has spanned the test of time. And if we're not humbled by that, then we need to go back and pray. If we're not standing in awe of Jesus Christ, then we need to go back and pray. Jesus himself has this great revival service, this amazing thing. And the first thing he does, climbs a mountaintop and prays. Where are we at? How's your prayer life? Go and talk to God tonight. Talk to God in the morning. Talk to him tomorrow. Talk to him every opportunity you get. I promise you, he's listening and he'll answer. I love you. I'm praying for you. Hope you have a magnificent evening, a great tomorrow. I will see you then. God bless you as always, is my prayer.